Imagine spending your crypto and getting 10% cashback paid fully in real Bitcoin. You might also be wondering, okay, this sounds a bit too good to be true. So stick around, because today we're finding out if the Whitebit Nova card really lives up to its expectations. Welcome back on the channel, everyone. Today we're taking a look at Whitebit Nova, which is one of the most interesting crypto cards issued by centralized exchanges right now. It promises instant crypto spending anywhere Visa is accepted, almost zero fees, and up to 10% cashback paid in actual Bitcoin, not points, not stable coins, real Bitcoin. In this video, I'm breaking down everything that actually matters about it, who can get it, all supported coins and real top-up costs, hidden fees nobody talks about, daily and monthly limits, how the cashback really works and where it falls short, the big custodial risk you do need to know, and in my final no BS verdict, I will share with you how it stacks against competitors out there so that you can understand if it is a good choice for you or not. So, is the Whitebit Nova card a legit way to stack sats while you spend, or is the 10% Bitcoin cashback just clever marketing before the limits and restrictions kick in? That's what this video is all about. Let's dive in and explore what the Whitebit Nova card has to offer. Okay guys, to get started, let me tell you, this is a card issued by a centralized exchange. It means it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Your funds are not under your custody. That's a very strong point I need to address. Although Whitebit is a very reputable exchange, they have strong partnerships with big institutions, respectable institutions, sports teams across Europe, and since Whitebit is a centralized exchange, of course you still need to undergo KYC to issue a card. Now talking about eligibility, who can get a card? People in the European Economic Area countries, plus Ukraine, Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein only. Of course, this list can and will change in the future, so depending on when you're watching the video, you might want to double check this, but so far, people in the US, UK, Canada, most of Asia and Latin America cannot get the card. So how can you get and manage your card? You get a virtual card instantly after undergoing KYC, which you can get done in a handful of minutes. The virtual card can be issued for €0. Then you can also issue yourself a physical card. They will ship it to you and it arrives in between 5 to 7 days, so at around a week. But while the physical card is on its way, you can still associate the virtual one with Apple Pay or Google Pay and start spending immediately. The physical card starts at €10, although they claim here to be 12. I believe this is outdated information, and you will see in other instances on their website mentioning the physical card will cost €12, but that was previous price. But anyways, once you try to issue the card, you will see that it will cost €10. That's the starting price. And then you can pay a little bit extra for further perks when delivering it. You can choose standard delivery, €20, and express delivery, €40. That will allow you to have your card shipped faster to you, and also with a tracking code that allows you to monitor the shipping. Let's talk about supported top-up coins. You can top it up with Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, USDC, XRP, Solana, ADA Cardano, AVAX, NEAR, Doge, the Whitebit token, and also stablecoins pegged to the euro. You can top up instantly at 0% top-up fee, and that is indeed a great feature of the card. Now regarding fees and overall, the card is very low cost when it comes to that. You will experience no top-up fees, no monthly maintenance or inactivity fees, none of that. The only fee that you will pay when using your Nova card, be it the virtual or physical, whenever you're using that for payments, you will have a commission of up to 1%, which is always charged on the amount of your transaction. I did contact support, and what they told me is what you can see on screen. That commission percentage is not fixed because it depends on many different factors such as the payment category, transaction volume, market volatility, among other things. However, they did reassure me the commission amount will not exceed 1%. Now let's take a look at limits. This is where, in my opinion, the card could be a bit better. Daily spending limit is €10,000. The monthly spending limit is €25,000. Also, you can use the physical card for ATM withdrawals. If that's the case, daily ATM withdrawal limit is an equivalent of 1,000 euros, and the monthly withdrawal limit from an ATM is the equivalent of 3,000 euros. Plus, there's going to be a €3 flat fee for every withdrawal you make in the European Economic Area. Outside of that, on top of the €3 flat fee, you also pay 2.2% fee on the amount you are withdrawing. Now let's talk about cashback, the star of the show. This is the main appeal of the card. Probably most of you watching are just wondering, is it really up to 10% cashback? Is it really paid in real Bitcoin? And the answer for both is yes. You can pick up to 3 categories daily, so there's different categories of spending and you can change those once every day. Some categories give you higher cashback, some give you lower cashback, but this is the main thing you should know. There's a hard cap. So even if you are getting 10% cashback on all of your spending, once you reach that €25 per month cap, then your cashback stops accumulating. You can also choose to receive that cashback paid in Bitcoin or the Whitebit token. Usually this accrues in between 3 to 5 business days after you spend, and you will have to manually claim it in the app. And take a look at this information on cashback. This is very important. According to the help page from Whitebit, cashback is not credited for transactions made in territories that are restricted for the use of Whitebit services. This is the full list of territories and countries, and let me highlight for that reason United Kingdom, United States of America, and also Canada. I am highlighting this since many of my current viewers come from these territories. So if you're planning to travel and use your Whitebit card in any of these countries, you will not get any cashback. Small detail, but that really matters. And I try to keep it specific and pay attention to details when doing these videos, just to give you better value when watching my content. Worth mentioning, there's some active promotions right now. For example, the Win with Whitebit Nova raffle. This can get you an iPhone 17 Pro Max, AirPods, among some other prizes. And this is ongoing until the next January the 7th of 2026. And in order for you to qualify to any of this, you just have to pay with your card, and hopefully you might be one of the lucky winners. Let's now address its pros and cons. Starting off with the pros. Why people should actually use it. It's true that it has 0% fees on almost everything. You can also get real Bitcoin cashback, not points, not stables, real Bitcoin. And once you pass KYC, you get to use the card right away, even IRL, by using it with Apple or Google Pay. You can also get 10% cashback on subscription-based services right now, which most people do use. So if that's your case, that's already 10% which you get back in Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the cons. Of course, being mostly available in the European Economic Area, that leaves a lot of people out of the game. Hopefully it will change in the future, but this is how things are as of now. Another cons, it's fairly low cap for cashback, just €25 a month. It's not all that much, and it might be more worthwhile for you to go ahead with other cards which give you a lower cashback but with higher caps. If that would be the case, you can get effectively more money paid back to you even with lower cashbacks. So that's something you need to do the math yourself, but that's definitely something to consider. Also, low spending limits versus competition, that's definitely a con. On average, I see rivals doing €10,000 as daily limit and €50,000 monthly limit. Another con for users who value hands-off management is that the cashback is not instant, and also you need to claim it manually. You'll have to wait on average around a week for you to get this cashback available for you to claim. And of course, the last of the cons is that this is in fact a custodial platform. We're talking about a centralized exchange, and that means not your keys, not your crypto, even if you're talking about a crypto card. And while Whitebit has been operating for many years so far and they are a reputable centralized exchange, as a pro tip, let me tell you, never leave big bags sitting on exchanges, and that also of course includes Whitebit. Alright guys, let's wrap it up with my take on the Whitebit Nova card. I would say this is not a one size fits all type of card, but it does definitely shine in specific scenarios if you play it smart. For example, the best case scenario for you to be using the card is if you are paying at least €250 a month on subscription services like Netflix, Spotify, or a similar type of subscription-based service. In that case, you can easily get those 25 euros cashback in Bitcoin effortlessly. Although you will not net 10%, it's going to be slightly below that. Remember, there's going to be up to 1% fee when paying with the Whitebit card, but it's a very simple and easy way for you to stack sats, grow your Bitcoin bag little by little every month by paying your subscription services. Another of the ways where you can make the most out of the card is with ATM cash outs. But if that's something you want in order to turn your crypto into cash, make your withdrawals count. Do not use them very often. For example, with a 1000 euros daily limit, you can do that 3 times a month in order to cap out the limit and at the same time pay the lowest amount of fees. If you're doing it in the European Economic Area, which is the prime region for you to use the card, you will be paying 3 euros flat per withdrawal, making it 9 euros in total. Effectively, this means you're paying 0.3% fee in a 3000 euros withdrawal. And I gotta say, this is very competitive. It beats most crypto cards, and that's how you can make the most out of this service. And if you do it this way, it can definitely beat most of the other crypto cards. If you're planning to withdraw cash from an ATM outside of the European Economic Area, in order to max out the monthly withdrawal cap, you will pay a max 75 euro total fee, which effectively is 2.5%. In summary, for ATM withdrawals, do not withdraw often, otherwise these fees can slowly stack up, so do make it count to make the most out of it. In a general way, I would say for low volume spenders, especially if you're using the Whitebit Nova services to pay mostly for subscriptions or bulk ATM withdrawals, then it's going to be a solid, low friction way to use your crypto. But if you are a baller, if you're pushing big volumes, then the 25,000 euro monthly cap for spending, it's going to be definitely an issue. Plus, that up to 1% transaction fee make this card a mid-tier for big spenders. In my opinion, you should go for superior options like the Cast or EtherFi card. I have covered those in some of my other videos. Links will be available below if you want to check them out. Bottom line, this card can be a gem for subscription stackers and strategic ATM withdrawals, but if you are wanting something to scale up your crypto spending, then it's going to be outclassed by other competitors. And that's about it, guys. This is what I wanted to share with you about the Whitebit card, a full-on exploring session to show you its pros and cons, how you should use it in an optimal way. If you enjoyed this type of content, you know the drill, like and subscribe for more. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or maybe you are a regular user of this card. Let everyone know about your experience with it, and let me add in the support experience I had with Whitebit. It's very good. If you are on the fence and this is something you do value, then let me tell you, support was pretty fast to answer to emails and contacts from within the Whitebit app. Overall, they do provide good support for the user base, and that's always going to be a plus. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. This was my full exploring session of the Whitebit card to hand you all of the details, all the most important features out of it. If you enjoy this type of content, you know the drill, like and subscribe for more. If you also do use this card regularly and you want to share your experience with it, feel free to drop a comment as well. That being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. Take care, keep exploring crypto, and I'll see you on the next one.